And then, comic 122. You had a party. I expressly said to not have a party, and you had a party. How could you have a party I said not to have? I'm mad, Jeff. I'm mad because you lied to me. I'm mad because I trusted you in my home with my things. I'm mad because you let me down, and I thought we were friends. You're mad because there's an unconscious pig on your bed wearing your boxer shorts. I'm mad because there's an unconscious pig on my bed wearing boxer shorts. I couldn't finish that without smiling. I okay. Calm down. First panel is that that's a bit. Is it Another Brick in the Wall? I think is the title of the song, even though everyone knows it as "We Don't Need No Education," because it's the end line with the teacher sort of shouting over top of everyone and saying, If you don't eat your meat, you won't get any pudding. How can you eat your pudding if you don't eat your meat?" And it's just that kind of, when you get to be so angry at someone that you just explain things and you can't understand how they came to a certain conclusion. I mean, that's the final set. How could you have a party I said not to have? How is it possible that you did this when I said don't do it? And then we get into the sort of the list of I'm mad. I'm mad because you lied. I'm mad because I trusted you in my home. I'm mad because you let me down and thought you were friends. And it's all kind of rational things. And then the third panel, I just love this because it is the exact same line twice. It's that, I'm going to point something out specifically, and then the other person is so angry that they are just going to say, yes, that's exactly it. But instead of saying, yes, or you're right, because the final line by Kenny could have just been, yeah, or I am, or just some sort of confirmation of sorts. But instead, I think it's so much funnier that he repeated the entire line, word for word. I really like that. Once again, forgot entirely about this. And, okay, so Kenny turns into Mr. Fantastic in the second panel there because his elbow is at his bicep. And his arm is long, well, okay. It's technically not as long as his head, but since they're kind of a weird ratio size of cartoon character, that shouldn't matter. Predominantly, since this is kind of talking heads, even though they're sort of talking shoulders as well, we see a little bit of Jeff's sweater. It is focused on the text. This is a very texty one. Sometimes I had very texty ones. Other times I had very non-texty ones where they didn't have any. There was almost no dialogue at all, but this is definitely heavy on the text. I think that's all I could really say about this. I could talk a bit more about the writing because I've been writing some more funny things recently, and I've just been enjoying how a joke plays out and how just the humor of repetition is one of my favorites. I love repetition, and I love running gags, and my other favorite is the humor of the number 3, where you say this, and then wham, and the third one starts kind of 1, 2, 3, and the third one is always the big punchline. Anyway, I don't know if I used that because I didn't really realize that I was doing that, and that was one of my favorite gags, the running until, at least the number 3, some humor in threes until just a year or two ago. So I obviously didn't know it when I was writing this comic. So we'll see if I use it at all. This one I definitely use the humor of repetition, which is one of my favorites. That's my top 3, in no particular order. Oh, what's that from? Here they are in no particular order. Well, that's going to bug me. Alright, I'll think of it for tomorrow. When we see comic 123. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's the sequential one. That's fun. It's early.